Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to cover the next chapter of the FE Reference Handbook, and I'm using the version of 10.6. So in this video we will address the statics section, and I'm gonna divide the static section into actually four parts. The first one is the trusses. The second one is pulleys, cables, and friction. The third one is centroids and moments of inertia. And last one is indeterminate static. Indeterminate statics. So the common thing about all of these chapter, or when we are talking about statics, we don't have any movement. There is no movement. There is no movement. So this is very important to know. So no acceleration, no velocity. So okay, let's go through the different parts. Here it defines a force, which is a vector quantity. It's not a scalar. So and the vector is shown by the x direction and y direction, and it is defined when its magnitude, point of application, and directions are known. So these are important. Then there is a resultant, how to actually find the magnitude of the force. And after that there is the resolution of a force. So if we have a force and we want to find out the force in different direction by using the cosine of that angle and the force, we can find out the course and different actually angles. Then we have moments. So it shows here system of forces, equilibrium requirement, and we have the centroids of masses, areas, length, and volume. So these are the definition of the different parameters, like moment of area, centroid of area, first moment of area, moment of inertia, parallel axis theorem, and yeah. So I give you an example how the question can come from the centroids and moments of inertia. For example, this is only one example. So we have the x-axis, and we have a composite plane area. So here is one circle tangent to the x-axis. The other one is tangent. You can consider this is tangent, and okay. This is the y-axis, and both of them are having the same diameter, like for example 2 meter, both of them, right? 2 meter. And the question asks that for example, what is the for example approximate polar moment of inertia about the composite centroid. So, and it gives you a couple of options to basically solve the question, and based on the formula available here, we know that for example here it defines the moment of inertia, for example. So we know that the IXC equal IYC equals PR4 over 4, and step by step we calculate the IX, and then we calculate IYC, and finally we have JC equal IX plus IYC. This is one example that we can discuss later more in depth to know what's going on, but there are other questions that possibly can come to the exam. We have radius of duration or duration I don't know the exact pronunciation of this one. So it define Rx, how we calculate that one. We have product of inertia, then we have friction. The largest frictional force is called the limiting basically friction. This is very important. And after that we have a screw thread. For a screw jack, a square thread is calculated using this one. We have belt friction. We have a statically determinate truss. So yeah, I mentioned this one, the trusses, at the beginning of the chapter, how the question actually can come from the basically trusses. I have an example here in my notes about the trusses. For example, they ask you this question. Let me okay, where is the for trusses, I write here because there is more space. Determine the approximate force in member, for example, I don't know, BC, for example, BC for shown trusses for shown truss, right? It gives you a structure, like for example this one, right? There are this one like this. Or okay, I didn't actually draw it very well. This one, and this one, right? Here there is it's connected to the ground from here, and this part also is connected to the ground, and shows the forces like 3000 Newton. Here also 3000 Newton, and here are like 3000, all in Newton, and the same here, like A, B, C, D, E, F, and again A. So we need to know how to find out this one. So this is very, very important, and we should know how to do the calculation. So yeah, so we will I will show you later how the basically the system works. We have also, okay, here we have the areas and centroid for known shapes and geometry. But before that, also at the beginning of the chapters, I mentioned about the so here maybe we have blank space. I can show it to you about the pulleys, cables, and friction. One of the possible questions we had mainly in the physics and the high school courses this stuff. For example, there is like a block, right? For example, 10 kilogram, and there is an angle here like 37, for example, degree, and not degree Celsius, actually degree, and there is a force stopping this block. So it's a statics basically, so there is no movements, and the friction factor is 0.2 here, right? And the question said, okay, the coefficient of a static friction is 0.2, and approximately how much is the force F needs to be applied here to keep the block from coming down, sliding down the incline. So this is very important. Or we have for the pulleys and cables, for example, we have this for pulleys, we have a bucket, and we have I don't know, or a block like 1,000 kilogram, and there is a rope around this one, and there is a force F applied here, and there is, for example, 30 degree here, and yeah, if I want to consider a tip, okay, here it should be like this. So I'm not really good at drawing, so but at least I'm showing you what's going on. So there is an alpha here, and there is a radius for this circle here. So for yeah, so we can see even these stuff in the crane, or like crane in a real example. If we want to see which part of the industry this is stuff, we have crane or overhead crane, overhead crane, right? So if you want to know where we can see the real application of these questions in industry, this is one of them. So yeah, we can find out that alpha value, and then we know F is equal mg, and by using alpha we can actually calculate the rest of the question. This was about the pulley, and on my notes I have the other for the trusses. I think I showed you for pulleys, I showed you for indeterminate static, let me see here, 31, indeterminate static. So we have also important question basically for this one. Let me find a blank space. Okay, let me show you about the indeterminate statics. Right. For example, it asks you, it gives you a structure like this. Something like this. There is a force here, like 1,000 Newton. Here is 5 meter. Here is like 10 meter. And there is a RA here, and there is RB here. And the question asks us what are the approximate vertical reactions at the end of the structure. Shows RA and RB, and it gives us 4 option, and we need to know how to actually answer this question. So yeah, this was mainly about this chapter, and as I said, we need to solve questions on the chapter of actually statics to learn more how the questions are working during the exam. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, just let me know. Have a great time.